Guys, what's up? I'm with Shaun here, and Shaun has been absolutely crushing it. Shaun, give everyone an intro here. I think the biggest question that everyone wants to know is how much money have you made in the last year? You got started 10 months ago, exact, from digital marketing, from selling products online.
So first off, my name's Shaun. I'm from Tucson, Arizona, a little small, little southern Arizona city. Um, I'm recently divorced, went through a hard time. Actually was a point in my life about 4 years ago. I was homeless. So I've gone from nothing to where I'm at now, which is it's
Wow.
so humbling for me to even think about. God works. Oh man, I could go on about that. But so in the last 10 months, so about 5 or 6 months into it, I made about 40K. So it was like 39K 800 or something like that, which averaged out to about 7.9K a month before I got started with the right mentorship, which is phenomenal. And then after that, which was so it was about about the beginning of March and of February, I've already made over 105K, and that's just in about 4 months, a little over 4 months. And
Mhm.
what's crazy about it is like I thought making that much money, I'd be like, I gotta work so much more. No, you don't. You really don't. You don't at all. You just have to know what you're doing. And so
100%.
that whole theory of like, well, I got to work more to make more money, not it doesn't work that way. And so
Mm.
I'm working less and I still feel weird saying that. I'm not used to this kind of money, but about 105, almost 106K, 105.5K. And that's since about the beginning of March or so.
Beginning of March, last 3, 4 months, you've made 105,000.
Yeah.
And in the lifetime, in the last 10 months of this online business career, you've done about 146,000 in total
Yeah.
lifetime sales.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How do you feel, man? Just like what kind of emotions are you feeling? Obviously, you worked a 9 to 5 job as a full-time nurse. We were talking about that before the
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Like, what was it like with that? And then just, I would imagine being on your feet, long hours, driving to work every single day, and then all of a sudden in 10 months making this much from digital marketing
Yeah.
with from your phone, from your computer. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I can. And this is going to be kind of a really powerful thing because this was my come to moment. So I was working 80 hours a week as a nurse, like 12 to 14 hours a day. Like getting a lunch felt like winning the lottery. I'm not even joking you. I have kids. I have two kids, like I said. And my oldest kid, I was walking them in because I'm divorced. I was walking them into their mom's house, like, oh, is holding their hands, like, cool, like having fun. She just stops and she goes, Daddy, I'm I'm so mad at you. I know you're my daddy, but why do you love your work more than you love me? You don't ever spend time with me. Why do you do that? You don't spend time with my sister and I. And like I'm sitting here working 80 hours a week thinking I'm doing something right. And it completely stopped me and I was at a loss for words. And
Mm.
that was the moment that changed everything. So outside of the money, what this has done for me, I don't miss a single thing with my kids anymore. And as a father, I can tell you this. If you're a parent, just hear me when I tell you this. My only purpose in this world is to be a father. Everything else is
Wow.
secondary. That's it.
Yep.
There is no other feeling for a kid than a present parent. Like for
Mm.
instance, I took my kids to vacation Bible school. It's a very large one, and I mean they're looking around, kind of doing their dances like because they're supposed to. And then as soon as they see me there, they just like light up. It's
Their
just
face just lights up,
with
right?
excitement. They can't contain it. They're
Yeah.
like telling their friends like my daddy's here, my daddy's here. That is what this gives is that like money's great. That's what this has given me outside of the money, which is even
Mm.
better. Now I spent the entire summer. I went swimming with my kids every day, went on vacation with them. I literally never miss a single moment. Never
My
had to say,
gosh.
I'm sorry, I got to take over to my mom's or hire a babysitter. I was there for them every single step of the way. And that's
Wow.
aside from the money, this is what it's actually given you. And not a lot of people talk about that.
Mm.
It's like it's just unbelievable. And the way this has made me feel, I guess the word is blown away, but at peace, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Because I didn't think this was
Totally.
possible, but it
Right.
is. It's 100% possible. And what's crazy is I'm working as much per week as I would probably work in 1.5 shifts as a nurse,
How
which
many hours a week are you currently working now on a weekly basis?
about 15
15 hours,
15 to
15 hours
17.
a week.
Mhm.
So sub 20, below 20 hours a week that you're doing,
Yep.
you're making 15, $20,000 per month. Your best month, $24,000 per month.
Yeah.
And you have your life back. We always talk about this. There's three different types of freedom: financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom.
Oh,
And just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean that you have your time, doesn't mean you have your location. Could you speak on that now that you work on this online business? Speak on the time, speak on the location, the fact that you're being able to be there at Vacation Bible School for your kids. Like, what
Yeah.
has it done for your life?
It's one of those things like it's hard to put it into words, but the freedom and the time and all of that, like the it just matches so well.
Mm,
It's the freedom to not have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to go work for someone else. Another little part of when, so my kid was like, "Can you take tomorrow off?" After that whole story. And of course I took the day off. I actually was sick. I had a doctor's note. I had strep throat. And just the simple fact that I had to call in and they fought me on it. And they're like, "Can you just come in for like 6 hours or can you just come in and do better?" Well, and it just made me realize I'm just a body. I don't mean anything
yeah.
at all. And
Mm,
freedom that I get, the freedom to wake up when I want to. If I want to go take my kids out of town that day, I can do it. So
mm,
in my life, I've taken them on multiple vacations and I didn't have to ask for time off. I didn't
mm.
have to really save up for it. I could just go do whatever I wanted with my kids. So
So powerful.
freedom. And the time is like, I'm actually enjoying my day. I'm actually
Mm,
enjoying going through my day. I'm not
yeah.
waking up going like, "Oh my gosh, I got to go through 14 hours of work. I don't know how I'm going to do this." Have any of that. But I have freedom. I'm much
Yep.
more involved in my church now. I was having to work on Sundays. I'm much
Mm,
more involved in my kids' life, my family's life, and I'm creating the best life I can for my kids. What's crazy about the location is I actually was dating a girl for about 7 or 8 months, was my best friend, who lives about 6 hours from me. So as far
mm.
as location goes, anytime I wanted to go visit her, I could go do that.
Let's
Anytime
go.
I just was like, if I want to go today, I'll go today and stay for a couple days. It
Right.
wasn't like I got to plan it, take time off, get the
Right.
time off, go over there, take vacation days. I could go do that when I wanted to. I
So
went
powerful.
I went on my first vacation in 6 years. I went on a cruise in, I think it was June, middle of June. So all of that mixed together, like it's almost, I don't like a tingly feeling. Like it's like
Right.
I can't believe this is actually happening.
Exactly. You're living the life that you saw other people live when you
Yeah.
saw them on social posting about it, and now you're actually living it. Let's talk
Exactly.
about that for a sec.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, they've heard the outcome. They're like, man, this guy Sean is so inspiring. Like, this is the life that I want. Let's talk about some of the step-by-step how-to that we helped you with when you joined inside of our mentorship. You started
Yeah.
working with one coach, started working with me. Could you tell us like maybe 2 or 3 tactical things that you felt were the most powerful things that we helped you with to help you get to those $20,000 months consistently? Yeah, could you speak on that?
I mean, I have way more than that, but I could give you a couple.
Give
Um,
2, 3, whatever you think is going to be most powerful. Yeah.
the first and by far the most powerful thing is you don't need to be a salesman. You don't have to read a script. You don't have to do anything. You just be real. You just be
Mm,
yourself. Don't come into something trying to sell or people are going to see that and it's not going to work. Don't go
mm,
for something just because everyone else is doing it. Stay true to who you are. And then when you do that, you kind of stay down to earth. And then that kind of filters all the way down to when you're talking to people. You're
mm,
actually asking them questions like a genuine human being. You're not
mm,
asking them questions like a car salesman, like, "Okay, what are you looking for? Do you want leather? Do you want this? Do you want that?" No, no, you're asking them how you're doing. How are you doing? Are you doing well? Making sure they're okay first. Building an
mm.
actual connection. And this is the first thing I was taught. People know you, like you, trust you. It
Yep.
is literally the simplest way to do it. Well, they know
Mm,
you. Yeah. Well, okay. They have to like you, but they're not going to do anything until they trust you.
right.
You're not going to trust someone that's just sitting there trying to like throw all these features at you.
Right.
Just want to be heard. They want to feel like they belong. And
Mm,
that was the biggest part that changed a whole lot for me. And then I'm just going to be honest, I did not know what I was capable of. I had no
mm,
idea. That was probably I would say the third biggest thing. So the steps was learning how to talk to people, learning how to be real, and learning that I actually have a story that people want to hear. And
mm,
then once we kind of got that all put together, then it was more about, okay, that's your skill, that's your talent, that's what you're good at. How can you actually put that towards something like a business? And at the
mm.
time, I was just doing, I think like I did a couple courses. Um, and it was Mo, one of your coaches, Mo. He's like, "Why don't you just coach? Why don't you just be a coach? Have you ever thought about that? Why haven't you thought about that?"
Right.
And I was like, "Oh my word, I didn't really ever, people would actually listen to me. Yes, they
So
would.
we help you package into the
Yeah.
IP3 your own
Mhm.
digital product, right?
Yeah.
Price
Yeah.
that was it 497 or 597?
Yeah, it's 497.
497, so $500.
Yep.
And then you created your own product and you started selling it.
Yep.
What would you say? What would you say is like you bought some digital marketing products prior to working with us, and then you joined our mentorship, which is kind of like the premium, right? We work with you
Yeah.
one-on-one, we hold you
Yes.
accountable. What
Yes.
would you say the biggest difference was in like the explosion of your business? Maybe some people are like, ah, I'm good with just watching YouTube videos, watching books, I bought this course here and there. What would you say the biggest game changer was between that, which is what you're doing before, and then having a one-on-one mentor inside of a true coaching program accelerator hold you accountable? What would you say the
That,
difference was
that's
that
a
caused
great
explosion?
question. That's a great
Mhm.
question. I mean, I know you're bilingual, you speak multiple languages. Think of it this way. So let's just say you're trying to learn Spanish or Chinese or Russian or I don't care what language it is. You go to a college class to take it. Imagine you go to the class, you have a PowerPoint up at front that automatically goes by itself and a textbook sitting on the desk.
And 300 people in the lecture
Yeah,
room.
yeah, and 300 people in there. And what's missing? You can actually go through the text, sure, and learn, go through the PowerPoint, sure, and learn. But what's missing? It's the person that is going to literally dumb the things down you don't get, hold your hand to do it, come down to your level, experience, knowledge, life
Mm,
experience to make sure that what it is makes sense to you. And so
mm,
that's the difference with the other courses. Like, sure, you can go in there, but like you go in there and then number one, it's overwhelming, very overwhelming. You go
so
in
much
there and
information.
there's so many things in there.
Mm,
You need to have someone that knows what they're doing and has been where you are and knows what you're feeling within reason and actually walks you through it. And it's just different when someone's like, I mean, I know I'm not you, but I know what those feelings feel like. And this is
mm,
what worked for me. And it's kind of also the determination that, like, okay, that didn't work. We're gonna find something that does. It's like you can Google something and then you're like, oh, I get that. Then you go try to set something up and you're like, wait, what? I don't understand that. Or like the concepts of how to do coaching, how to actually talk to people. That was another thing I was taught, how to
mm,
actually use my knowledge. So having a mentor is like, I mean, I use the example all the time. Like Michael Jordan had at least a dozen he had around him 24/7. Kobe had
mm.
about 100. Everyone has mentors. Nobody makes it
100%.
anywhere without mentors. The education part's there, but a mentor is the one that's actually going to make sure that you get taken care of.
Yes.
And
100%.
And also at the baseline, what makes yours different than others is you actually care about humans. It's not like, okay, you do what I say because I said so. So just do what I say because I said so. You have like it's a very human, comforting aspect of it. It's
Mm.
just it's I don't know how else to describe it. It's amazing. And
It's incredible. Yeah.
and mentorship is so important. One more example, if you have a good job, by the way, not any job, but when you go to a job, what do they do? They're not going to just go, okay, here you go, have fun, go swim. They're going to actually put you through normally orientation. Then they're going to
Hmm.
have like meet and greets with like the CEOs and the bosses, just everybody.
Hmm.
And then they're going to say, okay, we're going to schedule with on the job training, which has a what? It has a mentor.
A
Someone
mentor.
that's
Yep.
actually going to meet you where you are and make sure you're sufficient on your own so that when you are on your own, you're sufficient on your own. Like
Mm.
that's the best metaphors I can say when it comes to the mentorship,
Incredible.
specifically the mentorship that I was given with
Yeah.
with you guys. It's unbelievable.
Incredible. And I think, as we're coming to wrap here, Sean, if anyone right now watching this video is going, okay, I get it. I need a mentor. I'm kind of on the fence. I've seen Richard's stuff before. I'm considering joining his one-on-one, but maybe I'm just a little skeptical. Maybe I've bought courses in the past or I don't stuff I've tried in the past haven't worked out. What would you say to the individual who's considering working with us? You actually having gone through the full
Yeah.
experience of working with us.
I mean, I'll say this will be flat. I'll say this up front. You haven't worked with Richard and his team yet. That's what the problem is. That's why it hasn't worked. That's why it's not working. But everything you do in life, you're scared. When you learn how to walk, you're scared. You start a new job, you're scared. You start college, you're scared. Start in a relationship, you're scared. But what do? You start scared. You start tired. Like I learned, like God is not checking your bank balance. He's not checking anything but your faith. If he gives you
Mm,
a business idea, it's because it's meant for you. And for
mm,
anyone that's on the fence, like I can't even put into words the return on investment. Like, I mean, I can't even put into words. You're gonna work with somebody that is going to work with you. This isn't like other things. This is legit. I mean, look at Richard's success. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He didn't just wake up and all of a sudden he built it and he shows you how to do it with his team. If you're on the fence, I'm telling you that you're making a mistake by not starting, and all
mm.
you're doing is delaying something that God's promised you. I'm just gonna be honest.
Amen. Incredible. Sean, thank you for taking the time for this call, man.
Yeah.
The craziest thing is you're just getting started. This is just
Yeah.
the beginning. And the same way, I just want to give you a good word of encouragement. The same way that when you're working that 9 to 5, working your butt off for 80 hours a week, barely getting by, and you were thinking it'd be so cool if I could just get to 5 grand a month, 10 grand a month online. And the
Uh-huh.
same way that you're head over heels doing 20 grand a month, working 20 hours a week or less now, I just can't wait for you to feel that same exact thing when you're at 40 grand a month, 50 grand a month, God willing, 100 grand a month with a team,
Word.
with a real business underneath
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
going to be the same feeling. And that's my responsibility as your coach. Continue to
Yeah.
work with you, continue to hold you
Yeah.
accountable. I'm super excited for you, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Seriously.